In the North American diet, we actually have a very interesting habit of over consuming omega-6 fats due to the fact that they are incorporated in. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Elaine. Welcome. I'm a future health coach, a fitness enthusiast, and an activewear lover. That still counts because I am wearing leggings beneath my desk. Today we are going into the second part of my three-part series on macronutrients. Today we are going to cover fats in all of their glory, and I'm going to answer one of my most commonly asked questions: does eating fat make me fat? If you're wondering the answer to that one, the timestamps are down below so that you can skip to whatever part is most relevant to you in this little series. We are going to cover the functions of fats, essentially why you need fats in your diet. They are essential, you cannot live without them, as well as the different types of fats, because it can get a little bit confusing what is considered a healthy fat and what is considered not a healthy fat, as well as the different types of sources that you can get your fats from, and anything else that comes up during the course of this video. If you're looking for ways to support me, pop over to www.fitnessbeyondaesthetics.com, where you will find my merch as well as some of my favorite home items. So this is a canvas that I made. It actually is usually in my living room. If you've been on my Instagram, by the way, follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it. That is one of the items that is available in my merch store. I love minimalist pieces, so I'm just obsessed with this thing overall. And you will also find my discount codes, the affiliate ships that I have, as well as my Amazon finds and anything else about me on my website. So pop over there, and you will also see the charities that I do support monthly with my affiliate and merch sales. Now, before we get started, please keep in mind that these videos are for educational purposes only. They do not supersede any directions that you have received from your doctor, your dietitian, or your nutritionist. Just use this as supplemental information. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. And without further ado, let's learn about fats. If you are wondering what is in my wine glass, it is literally just water and Mio. Why is it in a wine glass? Well, because I feel more fancy when I drink it. This gets my water intake in. So if you're someone who is bougie like me and you just like to live the good life, put your water in a wine glass. You will probably end up drinking way more than you expected. Now, to get into the main topic for today, going into fats. So fats are an essential component of our diet. We as humans cannot survive without fats. A lot of our cells require fat to survive, as well as our brain requires fat as a brain source, believe it or not. Another function of fat is that when you do take in vitamins, such as the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, fat and having fat along with those vitamins, especially if you are taking them as supplements, helps absorb these vitamins much better. Fats are also really great at helping you maintain your weight and or to help you achieve weight balance. Fats are our most calorically dense macronutrients, and when I say that, I mean that per 1 gram of fat you have 9 calories, compared to proteins, where per 1 gram of proteins you have 4 calories, or per 1 gram of carbohydrates you also have 4 calories. And then of course there is that wonderful mystery macronutrient that we have, which is alcohol. Per 1 gram of alcohol you have 7 calories. Despite the fact that fats are more calorically dense, they are also more satiating, meaning that when you do consume fats, you are usually fuller for longer. So incorporating fats into your diet can help you with maintaining either weight balance or weight loss, because usually when you do consume more fats, you do feel more full, assuming that you are consuming the right type of fat to help you stay healthy, because we do have some fats that are not so good for you. Now, I will be going into the 4 types of fats. We have monounsaturated fats, we have polyunsaturated fats, we have saturated fats, and we have trans fats. Now, our monounsaturated fats are considered our more heart-healthy fats. These are the fats that are liquid at room temperature. These fats include olive oil, avocado oil, and oils that we find from our nuts and our seeds. Our polyunsaturated fats are things like our omega-3 fats and our omega-6 fats. If you are familiar with omega-3 fats, those are the fats that we get from our fish. We absolutely love omega-3 fats. We cannot live without them. They are an essential component of our cells and our diet, and omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, as well as they have heart health benefits. Then we have our omega-6 fats, which are also essential for our survival and for our cells. Omega-6 fats are pro-inflammatory, and inflammation in certain cases in our body can be a good thing. However, in the North American diet, we actually have a very interesting habit of over-consuming omega-6 fats due to the fact that they are incorporated into a lot of our packaged and processed foods in the form of vegetable oils such as our canola oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, and what have you. So most North Americans actually consume up to, I believe the highest number I've seen in any study that I've looked at is about 10 times as many omega-6 fats that we need compared to our omega-3 fats. So if you're someone who is looking at where to improve your diet, usually most people are more deficient in their omega-3 fatty acids. Unless you are a pescatarian, most people do not consume enough fish and seafood to meet their omega-3 fatty acid requirements. So that is some place that you could start looking into. And most people don't even have to worry about their omega-6 fatty acids because it is incorporated in so much of our North American foods. And this could be packaged foods that is healthy and less healthy, less nutritious for you. Omega-6 fats, you can find them in a lot of condiments. You can find them in your protein bars. You can find them in your prepackaged pasta sauces. Literally just look on the back, and if you see any kind of vegetable oil, such as your canola oil, your safflower oil, your soybean oil, your cottonseed oil, rapeseed oil, all of those oils are omega-6 fats. The next type of fat are saturated fats. Saturated fats are fats that are solid at room temperature. You will usually find saturated fats from animal products, dairy products. So your butter, for me, like brisket fat, beef fat, I absolutely love it. Bacon has saturated fat. Now, in the past, and once again, all of my sources are always linked below in the description box whenever I do talk about more scientific aspects of nutrition. So unfortunately, in the past, saturated fats have gotten a very bad rap because of past studies that have now are now being disproven, saying that saturated fats increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. And the most recent meta-analysis that is quoted by Harvard has found that correlation between saturated fat and cardiovascular disease at the moment is quite unfounded. So the recommendation right now for the daily intake of saturated fats is about 10%. However, due to the emergence of this new evidence, you could probably consume more saturated fats than was previously stated because the Cardiovascular Disease Association just is not as supported by science as it used to be in the past. However, if you are someone who is deciding to make this change, definitely consult your doctor about it beforehand and get them to do testing with you through your dietary change. And last but not least, we have trans fats. Now, trans fats, if we're going to call anything bad, and I do not like using food labels as good and bad because it can form a negative connotation with food, a negative relationship with food. However, trans fats are genuinely bad. If you can minimize the amount of trans fats in your diet, it is the better option. Trans fats are the one fat that are still consistently linked with heart disease and cardiovascular disease. Trans fats are hydrogenated oils. They are chemically produced oils. When it comes to trans fats, if you are reading labels, if you see the word partially hydrogenated anywhere, that is an indicator that that food actually contains a type of trans fat. Now keep in mind that trans fats are the type of fats that have been consistently over time associated with heart disease as well as atherosclerosis, which is the hardening of your arteries. All right, now going into our recommended daily intake of fats. Now keep in mind that recommended daily intake numbers are just minimum numbers that we need to keep to stay in a healthy range. With macronutrients such as fats and carbohydrates. It is up to you to figure out what works for you and your body. Some people do way better on a higher fat diet. Some people do better on a higher carb diet. It is really up to you and what works well for your body and your current health status. The recommended daily intake of fats is 20 to 35% of the good fat, which is including your saturated fats. Now, when it comes to consuming fats in your diet, fats are great for helping you with your heart health, for lowering cholesterol, for lowering the risk of diabetes, for weight management, for increasing nutrients absorption, especially with your vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are fat-soluble vitamins. And overall, they can help with improving your mood because your brain does need fats to function. Now, moving on to my most commonly asked question when it comes to fats. Do fats make you fat? The answer is no. That's it. Let me just get up and walk away. But no, the answer is no, because there is no single macronutrient that makes you fat or gain weight. If that's actually what we're talking about. There is no single macronutrient by itself in isolation that makes you gain weight. We usually end up gaining weight when we overconsume our protein, fats, and carbohydrates all together. And when I talk about overconsuming, I'm talking about overconsuming for what your body currently needs to maintain its weight. Essentially, it just comes down to if you're overconsuming your calories overall or your macronutrients overall, you're going to gain weight. Fats are not the bad guy. Fats should not be demonized. We need fats to survive. We really, really do need fats to survive. Fats are good for you. If you have been craving fats, your body might be signaling to you that it might be time to start incorporating more healthy fats into your diet. For me, after being low fat for so long, if you guys go and watch my previous What I Eat in a Day video on 1,700 calories, I was low fat then, and I just woke up randomly one day and my body was craving cheese. That's it. I never in my life have I ever craved cheese before. That's not something that I usually crave. And that was my body telling me I needed to increase my fat intake. I listened to my body and my PMS symptoms actually got better. They were not as painful as they usually were. So if your body is craving fats, learn to listen to it, learn to honor it, and get some healthy fats in ya. Stay away from the trans fats though. You made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful and informative. Tell me down below what your favorite fat source is. For me right now, I absolutely love getting my fat from brisket, which is like a very fatty cut of meat, as well as from avocados. I cannot get enough as of late. If you're looking for ways to support me, please pop over to my website, www.fitnessbeyondaesthetics.com, for all my merch and I guess my home items, such as the canvas that I have here, and my discount codes, my Amazon finds, and anything else that you could potentially support my channel with is on my website. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you. Always remember that your mindset is everything. Watch the other videos on the screen. Part 3 will be coming out in a couple of weeks. We will be talking about carbohydrates in the 3rd part of the series. So hold on to your seats for that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.